Welcome to the Impromptu Speak Easy Nawlings wrap up. Greg's going to be high here soon. Doug is on high on tea.
Yep.
But we're here. Actually, we have a bunch of people watching now on Mondays. Doug, should we shift this up or what's going on?
No,
How you doing?
Doing great. How about you?
I mean, yeah, we're tired, and we'll tell y'all why you're tired. And
Yeah.
We'll tell y'all why Doug is drinking tea instead of the normal beers, sometimes themed beers that he's got going on. I am drinking. We'll address this first. I'm drinking, or I drank. Happy 420 Torch
Yeah.
Cheese Ultra, 60 milligrams. Some people say 60 milligrams is crazy to do in one session, though.
That would be me.
Right. And also, that would be me. 60s is like the top edge of what I think do. And y'all can be the judge of whether it's good for me to do that on this stream. Doug, you won't judge me, will you? I mean, you already have long ago. Literally,
I admire it. I can't do that shit. So kudos to you, man.
All right. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Normally, what the hell is going on? I would be doing the Monday night football stream, and that's on Daddy Porter's Facebook. So maybe we have some football stream people. I can say y'all are mark safe from any football talk tonight. So, yeah, 60. And Doug, one of the things that's been great about these things that I've seen the evolution of, I used to avoid doing these because of the sugar content. And this has literally 0 grams of sugar. So, and it tastes pretty good. I mean, it's a watermelon squeeze, so watermelon something. And Doug, it's not like it's not like too much watermelon, right? But it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of good. Now, again, we'll see how much Greg is a trooper here in a few minutes. Stay tuned. So this is very important. That's very important. That's very important. So the reason why we're here is because Doug, are you done with the React slide?
Yeah.
Cool. Actually, that's not what we want to do. So I'm gonna pull up. Well, you saw something pop up, right? So Doug, while I prepare, what I need to prepare for is, first of all, there was no presentation or preparation for this stream, y'all, because Doug and I how did this stream come about? Doug, tell that story while I load this up, please.
Yeah, so Greg messages me at I think it was 5, maybe something like that. Hey man, are you busy tonight? You want to pop on and do a quick recap? I was like, yeah, sure. And I said, for reasons we'll get into, I am still recovering from very little sleep during that whole time. So, and I'm, you don't like me saying this, but as a man of a certain age, I don't recover as well from very little sleep anymore. I used to be able to get the fuck up and just go. And now I can't do that as well. We said, let's do it. And I said, all right. So we decided to start an hour earlier to accommodate me being sleepyhead. So
0 sugar is a great selling point. 60 milligrams is the bigger selling point.
Why not both?
Yeah, that's yeah. So, let me see here, Doug. So the reason why I won't be here, the next 2 weeks, so part of the reason why we're here, actually leading into that, part of the reason why we're here on Monday is because I will not be in the studio on Friday. Doug will be anchoring the show with our very own Jay Richard, who actually not only did he go with us, he slept in the same house.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the house in a moment.
Yeah.
it,
Fucking place.
it might as well have been a fucking haunted house at that point. Stay
I
for
would have
this
preferred
story,
that.
y'all.
I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that.
Stay for this story, y'all, because y'all gonna want to hear this shit. So where was I at, Doug? Now I'm starting to forget things.
You were talking about how you were going.
We're here. Yeah, we're here because I won't be here on Friday, and I won't be in the studio the next 2 weeks. I will be traveling for finally Greg gets to the point. Class of 25 collaboration release party. That is at Boulder Junction this Saturday. If y'all want to see me, I will be at the top dot there, that red dot, all the way up there near.
Man, you were far away.
Northwoods. The illustrious Northwoods, or lustrous. I don't know if illustrious is the word, but how about better elusive.
That'll do.
So I'll be up there, and then the following week I'll be where those other red dots are, running around, going to some of my favorite breweries because they're new breweries and they're just all doing fantastic, weird, different, wonderful things. Weird in a great way, of course. It's a diverse group, and the only thing that the thing that brings them together is that they all opened up last year, which is a special time, Doug, as far as where the industry is, and people still not only willing to put their necks out, but also have that ambition and that drive to be resilient during a time that it's not easy. And the future for craft beer in general, if we want to touch that, is kind of tricky, Doug, with the young crowd not apparently embracing it as much as us older people, which Doug says I don't want them to talk about. But so now I brought it up, so it's fair game, right? So us older people don't, we drink beers more than younger people are apparently.
Yeah.
So the future might not, I don't know. It's going to be challenging. But one of the things they're doing, Doug, is diversifying in seltzers and THC drinks. So I will be doing this the next 2 weeks. Doug will be anchoring this week with Jay Richard, and next week, Doug, I don't even know what we got. But
I have to look that up because I wasn't prepared. Not that I'm usually prepared,
yeah.
but you know how it is.
What's this stream about? These two goofy guys just talk about random shit. Sometimes we have a guest that is most of the time, in fact, all the time our guests are amazing. What am I talking about? And sometimes that brings up the level of wonderfulness, but other than that, it's just us. So then that person, I guess, said goodnight after they said, "What's the stream about?"
Thank you, Shrew FYGB. What is that name?
I mean, what's the stream about? We didn't answer, so they were out. So I mean, that's cool. That probably happens a lot. At least now we know that it happens, right? It's documented. So, Doug, we went to. So before that, I do want to do a quick plug of Badger Beer Reports homebrew competition. Last week, Doug, I brewed a beer for this, a Hellas beer that is a People's Brewing clone. We're trying to clone what People's Brewing would have brewed back in the day. So we researched the recipe and we came up with a Hellas beer, which y'all should, if y'all been here a long ass time, y'all know that Hellas is certainly not one of my favorite styles.
Yeah.
But I know a good one when I got one. So we'll see. We'll hopefully see if we got a good one. Now, from all accounts from the brewing process, the brew day, and what the brewer tells me now, my brewer in crime, Dwayne, everything's going well though. We'll see. Looks well. All these things. He's brewed this beer a couple times. I was there for Brew Day. It's on my social media. So, Doug, you might be able to have some of this too.
Man, I hope so. That would be great.
Yeah. Actually, I got to figure it out. Maybe I'll just yeah. Well, I don't think we're canning it, but we'll have it in on like tap, so it'll
Okay.
have to last. But I don't know. It's a lager, so it might. And
Yeah.
yeah. So that's coming up here soon. I just want anybody in Wisconsin, if you're a home brewer, let's go
Yeah.
see what's up. So, Doug, you know, what happened last week?
What do you mean as far as
Weekend.
where we went this weekend? Yeah. So
Well,
last,
you kind of got in before me, so you could start your journey, and then I can join you when I joined you.
yeah. So basically, I, my wife and I, we went down to New Orleans, like to go to Barrels on the Bayou, but we went down Wednesday. We got down there. It was, you know, fairly early, but we went, we explored New Orleans and did stuff we like to do and ate good food and yeah, hung out. And then we had a hotel there um, and then the next morning we went to the Vintage, which was one of my favorite restaurants down there, and they have like beignet flights and but they like beignet bites, almost like the Dunkin' Donuts holes, but they were like powdered sugar. They were not powdered sugar. You could get powdered sugar, or you could get cinnamon sugar, and the cinnamon sugar ones are like childhood, man. It's like cinnamon sugar toast, but they're little donut holes. So they're pretty awesome. So,
Mm.
and then we met up with you,
Were those beignets underwhelming?
not the ones we had, and
I,
I'll
I,
leave it at that.
I'm just asking. That's just a simple question. It's not. I'm not. I'm not trying to start any trouble. And
Mhm.
nor was I when I said beignets were underwhelming. I wasn't saying that they were bad, but my main gripe, Doug, was that the dough was not flavorful. Like, so my example would be funnel cake. So I can eat a funnel cake without 2 pounds of condensed sugar on top, like y'all do with y'all beignets. Is
Mhm.
the donut is bland, and then y'all dump 400 pounds of fucking sugar on top. So like,
Y'all, I
and
like
then
you.
I know. Y'all have right.
Beige nays.
Your beignets. Like Brianna was all like, "You don't say it right," and I was like, "Brianna, they don't do them right, so I don't have to say it right." Like, bring up the flavor. So those probably had the flavor in those little dough balls, right? Look, make your
Mhm.
dough balls with flavor, right? Just is it really that much for me to ask? Go on, Doug.
Yeah, I think. But the thing is with the beignet, like beignet dots or whatever they were they're like just like a cinnamon sugar donut, like but just small. And like I like
Mhm.
because it's a small taste and it's not you don't get like if they are a little doughy, it's okay because they're small. Like okay,
Mhm.
sorry, I can move on to the next one. Not you can stop when you want. But yeah,
Right.
they were good. So and man, did we ate pretty well this past weekend. So
Mm. Mm. So it starts with top flight beignets, and then I show up at your hotel the next day, and then we just sat around there and just like caught up. It was cool.
yeah, for a bit, yeah, we did a little wandering. Went and
Uh,
got something to eat, and
yeah. A little wandering. That's yep. And then yeah, got something to eat, and then we doubled
went.
back to the Airbnb. Right.
Yeah, we went to the hotel, picked up our stuff, and went to the Airbnb.
Right.
And
We
that's where
picked
the
up.
fun. That's where the fun began.
Well, actually, not yet. Actually, because there's stuff in between the time when we got there and then when when the fun started. We went to Michelin star chef. Was that night?
Michelin star restaurant, yeah, called Cochon, which is Creole for pig or pork. I'm not sure one of the two.
Hmm.
But that was rough because I don't eat dinner that late. It was like by the time we got food, it was like 10 p.m.
It was at
Uh,
10 p.m. for dinner. I
that
said
was
I was. Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm.
like we did go
But
out before that and stop somewhere and at a place
oh
that was
yeah.
nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
Greg had a shitty beer, and April went and took it back for him, and the guy gave her shit, and she didn't care, and got him a good beer. And then we went to the Michelin star restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And Uh, full disclosure, I took a Badger beer report like business call
While he was there.
while, while I was there. Yeah, but April was the star there. April's like, I was like, this is a butter beer. And she's like, yep, it is. She's like, don't drink that. It's going to fuck with your stomach for the rest of the night. You're going to a good restaurant. I'm like, boom, like so much on point. Like, again, she totally saved me. And she's like, I'll take it back. And she went and told him, and the dude gave her a little jazz. And then I got my, I think it was a Kolsch or something, whatever. It was
She did. She
good.
got you a
And
Kolsch, I remember.
that was a nice little place. And then, yeah, I went to do some business for the Badger Beer Report, which we will be releasing actually soon. Another collab in the bucket, another great taste collab, Doug. So you will be in attendance for that one because I know that you have a desire to taste my collaboration beers, and
Mhm.
I can't sometimes get them to them because they're like small batch and
Yeah.
all that. So even if I got it to it, so none of them been canned yet, but we are working on that. But yeah. So anyway, Doug, we went out to that restaurant, and that was really good. Did you want to talk about what you ate there?
I had a redfish that they made that was a whole redfish. Uh,
It was
it was
it was one slice though, right? Or like it was one side of
yeah,
the
like
fillet,
there was
right?
one side of a whole fish, and it was about that big, and
Oh, so it
everybody's
was
like,
the whole fish. You're
well, it was
oh
a whole
okay.
one side of the fish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or because do they sling it down the middle and then they come get two
Ye-
fillets, or was it that one where they just pulled the skin off and they just
No, it was one side. It was like one side with
okay,
the fillet. So I
okay,
had that,
okay. I
and
thought it was one
I
side.
ate
Yeah.
all of it. It was that good, but it was also 10, so I was pretty hungry. But I ate all of that. That was delicious.
Yeah, and I had a bunch of sides because I'm that side carb guy, I guess. But I don't know in a setting like this, which was kind of like so it was kind of a soul food place, right, Doug? Would you say um
Yeah, somewhat.
ish
It's like
ish?
elevated soul food,
Yeah, or like
maybe
a fusion of how about a fusion? Because especially on the menu with collard greens, what did I get? Grits, and what was the other thing?
mac
I
and
don't even
cheese.
mac and cheese. Yes, and I got that y'all and a soup and a gumbo.
Mhm.
So I went that kind of direction, and that was excellent. April had oysters, so it was really good. So then, at that point, right, Doug, we go back to the Airbnb, right?
Yeah, because we figured we were gonna be getting up the next day, but we were all kind of tired still from travel because you got
I
in
was
late.
stressed.
Jill and I got up like super early to get to the airport because we flew out of Philly, which is like three hours and 15 minutes from our house. Um, so we were all tired. We get back to the Airbnb. Things are fine. Then
We go to bed
we go to bed.
like normal. I don't know. We hung out, of course. You know how these
We hung
things
out a
go,
little
y'all.
bit, but we were all
Right,
kind
right,
of
right.
beat.
But we were crap. We were like, yeah, let's just go because yeah, boom.
Yeah, and
And then I don't know. I wake up. I wasn't woken up actually, as the story goes for me. I was not woken up, but I wake up to go to the bathroom, and it just sounded like Jumanji upstairs.
Jumanji. Yeah, yeah. Jill's made it sound like we were below like a very busy restaurant, but a restaurant that was DJing music, and they were moving furniture around until 5 fucking 30 in the morning. The people upstairs were just fucking loud. And the thing is, our Airbnb has a sign right by the door that says, "Please respect the noise level
Doug, you
after
should
like
took
10
a
p.m. to
picture
9
of
a.m."
that. Take a picture of that.
I should have taken a picture of it, but it was a sign, and it's very explicit on the Airbnb listing. So we were on the ground floor, and they were on the upper floor, and they. Now the thing is, we were down there, and the French Quarter Fest was happening at the same time, so it's like a very busy weekend there. And so these folks were they were there to fucking party, and I get that, but 5 fucking 30 in the morning they stopped, and like I slept for just absolute shit. And listen, I'm partially deaf. If you're waking me up, you are really loud. Like, and Jill, of course, has super hearing, so she's like hearing them. They're doing like all of a sudden we hear like the music starts boom, 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 and I'm like, "Gotta be fucking kidding me! It's 3 in the morning. What are you doing?" And then Joe hears one of the guys, "Yeah, shake that ass, shake that ass." What? This is awful. Oh my god, it
Shake
was
that,
so.
shake that ass is
Oh my god, it was
wild.
so bad, so
Shake
bad.
that ass is wild.
It's
when I heard that, I was like, I can't. I mean, I heard a lot, but also I didn't hear words either. Y'all heard words.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So
Jill
that
heard
is
words. I heard not. Yeah, she just got great hearing. I don't. So I messaged the Airbnb owner and say, hey,
what
listen,
time?
at 4:30 in the morning, I'm like, this has been going on for 2.5 hours. And very clearly the rules are this. And they're like, thank you for letting us know. I will reach out.
What time did they get back to you if you sent an email at 4 in the morning?
Like 9:30 in the morning. And the thing is so like we were debating, like, should we even just call the police? And I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't know who's upstairs. And the last thing I want to do is introduce police into this situation. So they get back to me. They say, all right, message sent, blah, 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 whatever. So, Friday we went all over, right?
Yeah, like I get that there will be some people that say you were in New Orleans, so you should expect that people are going to be loud. So I want to speak on that part of this
Please do.
because there is a level that everybody understands that, right? But
Sure.
again, when I feel, and I'm not, it's hyperbole, right? But like there was a level of fucking Jumanji with this crew. Like
It was
they were the
terrible.
worst, like as far as this goes. And like again, when Doug booked the Airbnb, one of the things that these people had in caps in the description of the Airbnb was what, Doug?
No noise after 10 p.m. until 9 a.m. to be respectful of the other residents and the neighborhood. And
Um, that was in caps, right?
yes,
And then the rest of it was in lowercase, right?
yeah, that was the only thing they were like adamant about in the thing. And I was like,
Mm, mm,
yeah,
yeah.
not great,
So
Bob.
yeah, so yeah, it was obnoxiously loud, y'all. And I am tolerant of it. And as I told y'all, I wasn't woken up by it. I woke up. Like I had to pee. I'm old. Doug says, don't say it. So now I'm gonna say it more, Doug, and then it's gonna equivoc. There's gonna be equilibrium in the force or something with this. Um, I'm old and I gotta get up to go to the bathroom. So my body just said, get up. It wasn't that I heard the shit, right? But then after that, I was able to get back to sleep actually, Doug, and I didn't hear them, but I wasn't under like the epicenter of the party, which we pretty much figured out by the layout of the place that like the living room and shit was where Doug and um Jill were sleep or no definitely not sleeping. So we're laying down in a bed. How about that?
Trying to sleep and just
Well,
unsuccessfully.
I listen. If you're trying to sleep, I mean, I guess I know that, but like, you were definitely lying down in the bed and not sleeping clearly, and so that was like and then you said the deck was out there, and there were people screaming out on the deck,
Oh my
and then
God.
that deck was like at a window, and then it was just a
The
whole
deck
mess,
was
right?
right
But
above our window. It was not great.
yeah, so then we get up and go to a fabulous breakfast place, and then come back, and I think during that time, we started to talk to each other and all that, and like then because we were trying to determine when these people were going to like call us back and if they're going to like do anything about it. So then in the process of that, Doug and Joe were able to, share their portion and like what they were thinking, especially about the cops part. So then April and I were there, and April and I both expressed that like at some point, when there's ordinances broken and people don't have an outlet. So say the ordinance is broken and the people next door want them to shut the fuck up because they're being too loud. The only thing that you can do is call those motherfucking cops. So that's who settles these ordinances things, right, y'all? Like in real time so that people can get peace or whatever. And especially, then cops mark your house if you're a loud person or you do these loud things and then whatever. But like The two black people in the room, y'all, said that we felt comfortable with calling the cops in this situation, even though we all know cops can bring the fuck shit. That's just kind of what we all know, and we don't want to put people in danger, but we want people to be respectful. So that's where we are with that, Doug. If you wanted to talk even more about that, that's cool. But if not, I don't know. So that's what we're going into Friday about. We'll readdress that when we get to the following night. And then what did the email say, Doug?
Oh, hi from Greenland. Welcome, Thomas. I the there's the email from the owners. Am I confusing what you're asking?
Well, the chronological order of the Friday was I set up that we went for breakfast and then we came back and talked about the cop thing basically. And then
Yeah.
from there, what was going on Friday?
Well, then I think, if I remember right, there was talk about how the VIP experience was different. Then basically we had that whole discussion because several of us had paid for VIP and we had no conference on Friday, and which is something I usually go to. And then the early entry and the VIP were at the same time to enter into the festival. So we had that discussion. Apparently, there was an email sent out, which I thought I didn't get, which when I looked at my email and backtracked, I found it, that they said that was going to be the case. I had just glossed over it. So there was that fun stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Apparently, there was some sort of refund between like the VIP and the early entry that we're supposed to have, but I didn't see it. So,
which led us to go down to the French Quarter for sure, right?
yeah.
I always get mixed up with the French Quarters because it's big and I don't know that city from anything, and I just want y'all to take me to the cool places. So we did go to a cool place, Doug. What was that?
Well, we went French Quarter Fest, went to a bunch of places, and then we decided. I mentioned something about Joe Hood last time we were there. We went to an absinthe bar, and April was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Well, you have absinthe there." So April didn't know what it was, and it was like, "Well, we're really close. Why don't we go?" And we went, and I mean, you could talk about this, Greg. The vibes of that place were just fucking cool. Just like it's like this corner in the French Quarter, and it's called the Absinthe House. Like you walk in, it's not very big. There's a circular bar, and they serve absinthe there. And the absinthe is like they think about absinthe. There's none of it that's under 120 proof. So it's all just high test alcohol, and they burn like a sugar cube, and then they drop it in, and they put water in it, and then they mix it, and that's how they make it. There's like a whole process to it, you know. So they had that, which was pretty cool. I didn't want any of that because one, it's licorice flavored, like anise and licorice. So if you don't like licorice, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like absinthe. But the process of how they make it is really interesting. So that was cool.
Mm, I can't do that shit, Doug.
Mm.
I just can't with the licorice. It's just so, and also the place, y'all. I had like it was one of those places where people used to think it was cool to like poke things up on the wall. What was that all about? Though there was like papers and stuff and like
I have no idea.
cobwebs,
Yeah.
and we didn't.
They
I
had
don't
like
think.
old sports paraphernalia, like old like 1920s and 30s like
Yeah,
stuff.
with the dust from 1922.
Yeah, I think it might have
like
been.
like it hasn't moved since 1920. Like what it's seriously one of those places, y'all, has like those cobwebs that have been there for years. Like it just had an old school like dive bar ish, but like it's right in the middle of like French Quarter and it's all like vibrant and people are moving in and out. The windows are open. It's just one of those southern places. Uh and then before I think before that, but I don't know, it was a long ass weekend. And after that, oh no, it was after before, I'm not sure. But the French Quarter Festival was amazing, and it took, we walked a majority of the way through. We had some mad beignets, we had some mad beer, but we had a great dinner. We had a great art time with all the art that
Oh, the
walked
art was
through that
fabulous.
flea market. The art was fabulous. The flea market was fabulous. That whole experience, Doug, I will. let you. But for me, it was just all fabulous. It was great. It
Mhm.
just felt like New Orleans. It like you just had that southern, for lack of a better word, charm, vibe, warmth. It was a nice day. It wasn't too hot. The wind was blowing just enough, but not to be like annoying. Doug, I'm just team Doug up. We also ate like crepes and all kinds of weird, not weird things, but like really nice things in there too.
Mhm.
So, what was your take on the whole French Quarter Festival? Right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, weirdly, we didn't listen to a lot of music. Like we just kind of strolled through, and that's the thing. It's not only music. There's art. Like there's lots of shops. There's like things to go look through, to explore. Obviously, lots of food everywhere. The art thing, walking around Jackson Square, was really cool. Just to see all the different styles of art. Um, yeah, I just, obviously I'm married to an artist, so like that was obviously pretty important to her, and she really enjoyed that. But it was just cool wandering and just taking it all in. I mean, it was really, really, really neat and really cool because that's New Orleans. New Orleans is just like it's a cool place to roam around. You know.
Hmm. Especially when there's a big festival, and we didn't
Mhm.
even touch any of the food in there, but it looked sensational. It really did. Like the options were, or no. April had something in there.
Yeah, I mean, we stopped and grabbed some place from like a crepe place where I had like a peanut butter and banana crepe, which was really delicious.
Yeah, Doug, but I'm talking about in like that. What was that square that it was in? Is that Lafayette
Jackson
or
Square, I
Jackson?
believe.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so in Jackson Square there, I'm saying I don't think we ate in there. I think April got something, but I didn't buy anything in there. Uh,
Yeah,
so
we ate outside of Jackson Square where but it was more like just picking up
yeah,
little snacks and things like that. Yeah,
amen.
yeah,
Ah, so after that, Doug, we head back to Airbnb basically, right? I think.
yeah. We had a quick turnaround to get back out to the bottle share.
And what was that all about, Doug?
Well, it's funny we have we have this insistence where we talk about how I'm a person who likes to be on time. I do not like to be late. And you're a person that, in certain situations, you are a little more lax on that than I am. Some situations, you
Well,
are absolutely want to be on time, and you get that. But for this, you're like, we can show up a little late. It's okay. And I was like, I don't like that because the bottle share was slated in the advertisement as being from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. So it's supposed to be a pretty short window. Now I should have just suspected that that was the 9 p.m. was a suggestion. It was going to be way past that.
well, and who's gonna shut them down? If somebody come in and say get out? Like
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure how that works in a hotel. Maybe somebody in the hotel industry could respond to that. But like
yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't want that person's job if that makes sense. But
yeah, yeah.
obviously they pay for things like this, so I don't know what goes on there, right?
And me either. But we get in the bottle share. They have a nice little food set up for snacks and all that stuff. Um, we had eaten not long before that, so I really wasn't. Yeah, how is that hitting you?
Mhm. How is it?
I don't know. How is it? You're the one that had it, not me.
Well, what is y'all's perception now? Is the question.
I listen. It's a little sparse when we got in there because we were
No.
wanted.
Hold on. What is your perception of my 60 milligram?
I could see your eyes starting to get a little less wide. So yeah, I would say it's doing some work.
All right. Back to the bottle share.
And so we get there. It's not a lot of people in there early, which I should have expected that. But we get there, and some guy he's sitting at a table by himself with a bottle of Utopias, like a Utopias bottle, just like blunk. And we're like, holy shit, that's Utopias. And so Greg, of course, is like, I'm going in. And he goes in and starts talking to the guy. And, uh, the guy, very nice guy. I think his name was Brent, if I remember right. But he brought a 2019 Utopia. So that thing was 7 years fucking old. And it was good. But Greg made the point that he doesn't consider that beer because it tastes way more like alcohol and the ABV is so high. So, call that what you like. It was still tasty.
No, I consider it a high. So like, who makes that again?
Sam Adams.
Right. So They I don't know, they own Dogfish Head. Dogfish
Yep.
Head's another brewery that like blurs these lines of like what beer is and or what like styles are, because they're, what is it, their triple IPA
Mhm.
is, it's really good, but it really for me pushes the line to like barley wine, that it's really malty but it's hoppy. But
Mhm.
if you get, it really turns into almost a barley wine when those hops drop off, if that makes sense. Sometimes maybe, or maybe they changed the recipe, but kind of used to be that way. But I don't know. It's just pushing the line, and I don't know. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, and it was
But
tasty. Yeah.
yeah, I just don't. Well, I don't know. Consider it just because, just the way you even drink it. You drink it like a shot. You're not like utopias, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know it's the price, but like even when you drink it, Doug, it doesn't. It's not like something you're gonna drink like a bunch of. You know what I mean? It's like,
No.
oof. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Great.
And the guy said he did open one with some friends and they weren't really into it. And he's like, yeah, but unfortunately that, you can't keep that like super long after you open it. So
Well, that's
that
where it's
sucks.
not like a spirit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
but we had other people show up and finally and got some more beers in there and different kind of stuff. And people were bringing all kinds of crazy shit, as always happens at the bottle share. Our one guy, Harold from Port Orleans, brought 2 kegs that he had from his previous brewery, which was interesting. And those were two of the best beers I had there. And one was 3%, and the other one was a Pils that was like 4.2. And both those beers were fucking bangers. They were super duper good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting on that low ABV. I mean, they're
Yeah.
pushing the limits on those, right? As far, just across the board on being very tasty too.
For sure.
And
So I like those
yeah,
quite a bit.
so to your testimony, I started basically slamming those at some point, Doug. Like that was really the only thing that it was reliable, it was drinkable, and I just kept going back. So like it wasn't like other cans at the bottle share where the can runs out and then you don't have that beer anymore, right? So you could,
Right.
or the bomber runs out. You walk around a bottle share, there's bottles here, you like look to see if the fruit is this gone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Harold had an unlimited supply, so that was good. The queso, the crawfish queso dip was one of the best things I tasted the whole time down there. That
Mhm.
was insanely fantastic. And I was at the bottle share, y'all. Like New Orleans food is just another level. I think
Mhm.
that one of my things too, I thought about on the plane, dog. One of those plane madness things you say in your head when the turbulence was like boom, boom.
Yeah.
Out of Dallas. And don't get me started on Dallas. Like we couldn't even land there because it was too much quote unquote traffic. That's what the pilot said. So we circle around 600 times. Yeah, we're getting back to how we got here. I kind of forgot all this. Circle around 16 times. And then he's like, yo, we're going to go to Austin to land to get some gas or something. What? Austin? Our destination was Dallas. What are we doing here? So then he's like, a couple minutes later, he's like, oh, they cleared us at Dallas. So we're going to head back to Dallas. I thought we needed gas. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Can you just take us to fucking Dallas? So we land, and that's how I got there, y'all. And then on the way out, Doug, you talked about turbulence. It wasn't great at all, period. And that it was rocky as hell. And we flew right into the fucking. Apparently, we flew right into the incoming fucking rain and shit. Did you fly out of there and get the rain, or why did you have turbulence?
We didn't have any turbulence on our first flight. We flew from New Orleans to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta we flew into Philly. And as we were on our like coming down in the descent, we did a drop of like several hundred feet, just like woof. And my wife was like, my wife does not handle turbulence well. It's very unnerving for her. I mean, nobody likes turbulence, right? Nobody likes that. That's not something you're like, hey, this is great. But it was
The
like
down one isn't great though. The down one is not great.
no, here when it shakes, that's unnerving. When you just go, and we were like,
No.
It was really upsetting, but that was the worst of it. It was a little rattly as we landed, but otherwise it was okay. Like mostly okay. It was just that last 30 minutes that was a little bit turbulent and not
Yeah,
great.
so yeah, and going out of Nolans, I didn't go to sleep, y'all. So we're gonna get to
Yeah.
after. We're gonna get to that after, or maybe we can get back to that after. Uh, so Doug, how was the second night of sleeping? Because I think, or no, I think we went to the bottle share ends right, and we just headed home basically,
Mhm.
or headed to the Airbnb. How about that? That's better. And how was the night after, Doug, when the landlords or the person, whatever the owner said, quote, what did he say? Quote, we're gonna handle it or something.
We'll let them know. That's what they said. So
Okay.
uh, it
End
was
quote.
better. It was better, only slightly. They were going till 4:30 in the morning this time. Not music playing, but like you said, it sounded like just going, just conversations, blah, 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 and they were not quiet. And again, for some reason, it sounded like they were moving furniture around again. Like, I don't know what they were doing up there. It was just like, how can we make the most noise possible? And they were just doing it. And they decided maybe if we don't play music, that will be fine. And I'm like, it's fucking four. So another night, we didn't get much sleep. I think the most we slept was 4 hours any night we were there, which I am a person that needs like 7, 8 hours to like function well. So yeah, that was not great. And I think you heard some of it too, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay. Did you email the people?
I did. Again, they said thanks for letting me know. So, sorry about that.
Thanks for letting me know.
And then
Is
what I said, we'll address it. And I said, okay. And then not to get ahead, just we'll get back to the things, but just to let you know, we were waking up at like 2:45 to get to the next morning after the beer festival. We were getting up at 2:45 in the morning to get to the airport, and at 2:10 they are just partying it up. They're just loud. They were singing "Happy Birthday." Like, what the fuck is with the most disrespectful fucking people above us? So I was like, Jesus, my Christ. So and I'm like, well, it's 2:12. We might as well get the fuck up now. Like, get up in a half hour anyway. So anyway,
Mhm.
none of the nights were restful. So that there's that.
Yeah. So the next day we get to, uh, I don't know. We had a great breakfast at what was that place called? Though?
Well, we have one where it was at Ruby Slipper, and then we had another one at a different place, and I can't remember what the name of that other place was.
Beer Bear. Oh,
I can't remember. It was good though. All the food we had there was pretty good, to be honest.
that was really good. That
Yeah,
place was really good.
yeah.
Yeah. So then the rest of the day is we head up to the fest, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so we get there. It's fun. It's in a really nice location in Lafayette Square, which is right in the middle of where. And the one thing it does has is it has lots of trees for shade, which is nice because the one at Pittsburgh, you do not have a lot of shade. You can see the trees there behind us. That's our friend Brianna.
That's our
Tiny,
co-host, Brianna.
yeah, tiny powerhouse that she is. So that was fun.
Did she get you for that?
No, she knows I'm just teasing, so it's fine. But
Yeah, but if I said that, all hell would break loose.
yeah, well, you and
Don't
her,
give,
you and her
don't give me the
do that
yeah,
though.
well. Like I
Oh
love
yeah,
how he just goes, yeah, well.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So more about the so I'll talk about this picture real quick. Dope cider is for those who I don't know, you probably know in the stream, and
Mhm,
also if y'all know me personally, you know ciders is not my thing. It's hard for me to get into them. Not hard for me to get into them. They just don't appeal to my palate.
mhm,
And but I try all the ones I can. And dope cider makes the ciders that I like, Doug.
mhm,
Um, I don't get the crisp apple ending, and I think that's what people who like ciders want, and that's who I, as a person who doesn't like ciders, don't want. So, um, yeah, Dope Brewing Co. No, it's great. Great ciders, all that. So,
Mhm. And Hannah's one of the nicest people you've ever met in your life too. So
yeah, yeah. Did what were other ones that you enjoyed at the
I liked Care Forgot had some pretty interesting stuff that I've never had any of their stuff. So there's Hannah, and man, she's just a sweetheart. Um, I'm always gonna like Liquid Intrusion stuff because they just make really good stuff. Their collab was excellent. Um, we there
mm,
was Port Orleans was there, of course, and the thing is like the festival itself, if I'm going to be honest, was pretty sparse. Like it was a big space, and they didn't fill it out with a lot.
mm-hmm.
But it's the first year. Like this is how it goes. Like until that, and it was during French Quarter Fest, which means they were fighting a giant festival that's there all the time. So yeah, it it was like I said, it'd been nice if there had been more breweries and stuff there. But I'm gonna tell you, you're there for the beers, but you're really there for the people. People were top notch. They actually had very good music. Like all the acts that they were musically were just phenomenal. Like I really enjoyed that. There's Greg and his shrimp fried. What is it? Shrimp rice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was crawfish fried rice or something insanely amazing.
That was super good.
The crawfish stood out for me, man.
hmm
I still haven't eaten the crawfish. Like, what do
Oh
you
yeah,
do?
yeah, where you suck out the juice from the head and all that stuff.
It's, I think that might be the part that stopped me.
Yeah.
But like I hear that's the part that's great about it. But now I'll do my fried rice like this I'll do my crawfish like this. But
hmm
yeah, Doug, I agree with everything you said. Basically, a good assessment, sum up of what was going on.
Our girl Angie was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angie.
Oh,
Yeah, what's going on?
I was to say, Hannah had the Urban South. I forgot they were there. I liked a lot of their stuff too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, there was enough, but like you said, I mean, it's the people. It's always the people.
hmm
Uh, and you know how it is if you start going. Come becomes a family reunion. You see everybody. That's
Yeah.
we were there with us and like with April and Jerry and your wife and me and like we had our little crew that it's not clicky, but like you always see these other folks too there, and it's just a wonderful experience.
Yep.
I was even so taking it in. I stayed until like 2 hours almost. I just stayed near the grounds. I was taking some phone calls, and I was just hanging out, just watching it. So I went on rain. I think that's Rainier Hall there, right, Doug?
Yep.
Sat on the steps until a cockroach kind of ran me off. I was like, wait, what? He got really close. So I'm like, I got creeped out by it. But before that, I was sitting and just watching people walk by, watching the trolleys, which I love, go by and just hanging out. It was just a great moment. It started to pour. So I headed back to the Airbnb. And then that was the last night that we were there. So then I don't know. I got back late and I just stayed up. So I didn't go to sleep. So I don't know. I was just buzzed, man. I was just filled with adrenaline. It was just easy to do that. So especially after, staying later. So I was there later. Doug and Jill had went to bed. So I stayed up. The only time that it really kind of came back to me, Doug, that I should have went to sleep or it would have been helpful, but like it was on a plane because all the turbulence they didn't serve coffee, and I was depending on that coffee, Doug,
Oh,
right? So they're like, we
yeah.
don't have service because it's going to be turbulent. Like he didn't say the whole time, but he fucking should have because it was. So it like cleared out at the end, and then we landed in Goofy Dallas, and then you get to Goofy Dallas, and like they have this. Dallas is spread out. It's kind of wild. So you have to take a tram from each. Like there's a tram from a bunch
Each
of ones.
terminal.
Yeah, and now they're adding another terminal. So then the tram was like from going both ways was shut down. So it was only one tram. So you had to like cram on board this tram. And like I was on the tram, and then Doug, it was like my booking time was like I was looking at my booking time on the tram that it when the booking start or not the booking the boarding sorry when the
Yeah.
boarding starts my boarding time I was on the fucking tram and it was like 4 stops or some shit so like I get to my I love Dallas it's great to fly through sarcasm so then I get to the gate right now because I thought that my plane was boarding because I don't know my thing didn't even update and then it said I didn't even see a fucking plane at the gate.
That had to be like, oh shit.
It was funny because it was like I go from like, am I missing this plane to the plane ain't fucking here. So they said that the plane quote was broken. I'm, these are the words that was used.
Man,
So and then another plane came in that they could use or something, and I don't know. It was like an hour and a half late. And then, yeah, that
yeah.
was jumped on the train, hung out in Columbus, Ohio, a little bit. That was my way home. How was your way home?
Like I said, flights were pretty okay, except that last 30 minutes coming to Philly. The only part of the trip that was really rough was driving from Philly home. Like we've not slept well for 4 fucking days or very little. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
driving when you're that tired is not great. Like I got about an hour and I started doing like that sort of like nodding, like not really nodding, but like I said, to Joe, you're gonna have to drive. I said, I'm starting to, and then she said, I can do that. We get off get up and exit. She gets in the car. We're driving, and I'm just nodding. And I really usually don't fall asleep in cars. It's not what I do, but I'm so exhausted. And it's about 15 minutes, and I did the head bob, and I popped open, and she's like, you are going to have to stay up with me because I'm having the same problem. So now we're like playing a podcast and trying to talk to each other the whole time just to keep each other occupied. And we got home and it was just like, thank goodness. And man, it's just amazing that every time you come home, the best thing is like I'm in my own bed. It's comfortable. I have my pillows the way I like, and like I don't have somebody doing a river dance above my head. Like it's fucking great.
Nor do you have a top sheet.
No, no, I don't.
All right, Doug. So, do you have an overall summation of the weekend that was?
Great people, great food, great friends. Like I said, it's first year of this. Days did say they're going to try to do it again next year. I hope if they're going to, they don't do it on the same weekend as like another fucking festival. Uh, there are rest areas, JHG. We were just trying to get the fuck home. Like, um, Daniel says this ANC full blast. A slap to the face would have worked better, I think, that to get me awake while I'm driving. So yeah, I don't know, but I think man. When there was a little doubt about whether the festival was going on, you were just like, I don't care. I'll be here with my people. This will be great. And you're right. Like the festival was it was a little underwhelming because there wasn't a lot of people there yet. But again, it is because it's the first year, and it's not Dave's home turf. Like he's just doing something to try it, and I think that takes some balls. Like to be like, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try it in a different place, a place that I don't live. So like he did that, and like I said, from a perspective of the people he booked, the people he got to go, all the musical acts were great. So I think what he pulled off was pretty incredible, and I do hope they do more of them there. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, Bar and Flow is the if there's one picture that encapsulates it for me, it's this one. Bar and Flow is not only the people that you know, but it's the people that you meet. And
Mhm.
the Queen and Terrence in the back there are people I did not know before I was at the Bar and Flow, and I met them very late because you could see it was dark. And I didn't interact with them before that, but I was able to have words with them. And young those are the hope for young people these days, are those two back there. They're just really sincere, wonderful vibes. I was trying to explain that, like, vibe, like the vibe and the energy that they give off was just so positive and amazing. And then of course it's Brianna. There's someone who I thought I knew until I met her, and she is just even more amazing than y'all see.
Yeah.
I can't, right, Doug? Like, I I was blown away by my sister, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, she was more fabulous and just fun and good energy to be around that whole time. And I don't know, I had a moment with Angie about um just my sincere thanks for bringing Brianna into my sphere, if that makes sense, just because she's just so great. And so that was really, again, this picture here just is everything that I would say, at least for me, that the value was. But and you know, hanging out with you with Chef's Kiss, Doug.
Well, like we always enjoy hanging out with each other. We rib each other and all that shit, and that's just normal for us. But like, man, it's all love. We like hanging out with each other still 7 fucking years later. So we're doing something right.
Yeah. So Doug, do we want to talk about Friday real quick, and then we'll.
Yeah, Friday and then the following Friday. So this coming Friday, you are going to be, doing your thing with the collab stuff. And the following weekend, you're going to be doing some of your collab stuff. But we agreed that May 1st, that show would be no show. We would take a week off. So that will be a week where we are not on. So next weekend will be me with co-hosting with Jerry. So maybe Greg will be able to pop in here and there. But the week after that, we're going to be off for that week. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then let me see who's after that because now I can't remember, and it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't look it up.
I know. I can tell you.
All right, would you please?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Mother's Edition, right?
Ah, yes. Let me see for sure. You probably are right, but I am
The
going to look anyway.
8th.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well,
Um,
that's what I did on 60 milligrams, y'all.
yep, that is a Mother's Day panel. So that will be the panel with let the mothers come in and talk. It'll be awesome and fun. It's always fun when we have that show. One of our favorites, right, Greg? I mean, that's one of our favorites. So
Are you at any point able to drop the names, or do we need to hold that back because we don't have confirmation?
I have one more person I'm working on for that. But as it stands right now, we have Heather Pavich, ABC is going to make an appearance. We're going to have, I think Ariana is going to come on too. Um, and I have one other person that I'm trying to get it. So, but I will, like I said, we're going to have that show. They're all funny and they're all just great people and good mothers. And, like I said, we always have great people in the show and they're just going to make it work.
Hmm? All right, Doug. So I guess is here is anybody saying anything? Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but oh
Yeah,
yeah. How would you handle that, Doug? It's your birthday, but it's Mother's Day.
I am not a big person on my birthday. I'm just, hey, I traveled around the sun one more time. Like, that's never a big deal for me. The only thing I want on my birthday is for my kids to wish me happy birthday. That is literally the only gift I want. But as far as if that being on Mother's Day, that wouldn't be a big issue for me. It'd be Mother's Day. So I talk to my mom and, all that stuff.
All right, man. Well, we will see you. We will see. We'll both see you on Friday.
Yep. So thanks
And
everybody for tuning in on this little impromptu thing, though.
absolutely. And oh, I didn't load the outro, so actually,
Well,
we'll do that. Why not? Uh, Jerry y'all gonna talk about different things as far as like because Jerry had a kind of a different experience than us because he was there, but he did different things.
Yep, he did
So
kind of his own thing. So yeah, it'll be fun to talk to him and get his perspective, and it'd be fun to talk about a lot of different shit. So because Jerry's he's a super fascinating person. So
yeah, and this is loaded now. Get up here. All right, Doug.
I mean.